Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to part 3 of my How to Make Videos for YouTube series. So in this part, we're going to talk about what hardware you want to use, because quality really pays off. Now, I will start by talking about the camera, because it's right in front of my face, and so I'm thinking about it. But most of you won't be doing a recording with a camera, so it's actually not quite as critical. I will tell you I use the Logitech HD Pro Webcam C910. In fact, I think there's a 920 out now. I think this one's a little bit obsolete because it's like a couple of years old. But I liked it. The key thing was that it could record, the image from this records at 720p. At 30 frames per second. It can also record at 1080p at 15 frames per second, and a very crisp image, but I found that it would lead to a lot more blurring, and it wouldn't really work out for this chroma key. But at the same time, going to a lower resolution meant it was too kind of pixely around me, and that also wouldn't work. So 720p at 30 frames a second and a pretty decent capture seemed to work pretty well. The claim is that the microphones on this are pretty good and noise reducing. In practice, I did not find it to be good enough. The thing is, if you're not using a camera, then what you want to use is a headphone with a microphone on it. The sound quality is fantastic because it's right next to your mouth. You keep it just out of the way so you're not breathing on it, because no one wants to hear that. But it's fantastic sound quality. You don't tend to get a lot of background noise because the mic's not set very high. It's not set very loud, It's not very sensitive, I guess is the way I want to say it, because it's right next to your mouth. It doesn't have to be. So it doesn't tend to pick up a lot of echo, doesn't tend to pick up a lot of background noise. When you want to record with a camera, and if you don't want the headset, and you know what? Lots of people use the headset. You look like a sports commentator. It's fine. But if you don't want to use it, because you want to wear a hat, then you need to use something else. And the microphone on the webcam, I find, is kind of echoey and tinny and not very good. I wasn't very happy with it. So I tried a few different things. Any desktop microphone tends to do okay. Those $20 sort of like boom mics that sort of hang in the little thing, they seem to do fine. But if you want something really high quality, I will recommend what I use, which is the Yeti Blue. There we are. The Yeti from Blue. Blue is the company, and the Yeti is the specific microphone. Now they've got a few. Let me pull up their web page here. Yeah, bluemic.com. So they don't pay me or anything like that. This is just what I use. So they've got a few mics. Desktop USB. They just came out with this Yeti Pro as well, which is supposed to be even higher quality. The thing is, based on recommendations online, it sounds like, okay, if you want to be a musician and you've got a soundproof room, then this is the way to go. But short of that, there's no point to going here, because the quality of just the sort of echo of the room you're in, or the fact that you're not doing music and things like that, you're going to lose sort of enough quality just from that point of view that there's no reason to do it. I'm really happy with my Yeti. I find the sound quality to be very good. And I know a lot of people swear by the Snowball, which is even less expensive. So, if you want to save a few bucks, that's the way to go. But again, if you're not using a webcam and you don't care what you look like, spend, just get the headset microphone. You're going to do fine. You can save a few bucks as well doing that. Because when I bought this thing, the price has gone down, but it's still going to be over $100 for this microphone and over $100 for the webcam if you want a really sort of crisp setup. But again, if you're not doing a camera thing, if you're just recording games, just get Fraps, no camera, headset mic. You've saved a lot of money, and you're going to be in pretty good shape. Other than that, so the lighting, what I did get is your standard sort of photography. I should have had this already set up. Yeah, these sort of standard kind of photography umbrella lights. I've got a couple of those. I picked them up on eBay for really, really, really cheap. And the same thing with my backdrop. This drop cloth. You can go to like a photography supply store and get it. They've got a frame, which I'm pointing at, which you can't see. They've got a frame that'll come with it, and you sort of hang this cloth on there, and it's a great setup and really easy to use. The ones I found at the photography stores were all like $200. I got this bad boy on eBay for like $25. So shop around as much as you can. Push comes to shove. You don't even need the stand. You can just, I don't know, nail it to your ceiling, or whatever kind of setup is appropriate for you. That's if you want to go this route. Not really necessary. And if you don't want to bother with chroma keying, you could also just get a backdrop that looks good. You know, you can get sort of a textured cloth or something like that and just use that as kind of a neutral background. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Put up some cool posters. I mean, think about it. Who are the big sort of streamers out there that are known for their sort of webcam imagery? Think of someone like Day9, for example. What's his background? It's his bedroom. He's got cool posters up, and that's all. Although he does have professional set of lights. You know, bright lights really makes a tremendous difference. You know, well, if you're going to invest in something for video work, lighting. Before the backdrop, get good lights. That's number one. Otherwise, nah, it's just no good. And that pretty much does it for the hardware. Computer specs, people always asking about that too. My computer is actually a couple of years old. Sorry, one sec. Yeah, preparation. Who does preparation? There we are. So I posted my specs as I was shopping for my computer on my forum. So what we've got here, let me bring it up so that people can see it at lower resolution. This is the computer that I ordered. It was a good power supply. The GTX 570 video card, which is still pretty good in terms of benchmarks. And if you want, it's a videocardbenchmarks.net. This website here, videocardbenchmarks.net, very, very handy to see the list of like where everything is rating and also the price. So the GTX 570 that I've got is here. You know, it's still considered in the top 10. Well, okay, the bottom of the top 10. But that's pretty good, and for the price, it would be hard to beat. Like, you can go up to the GTX 660 Ti, but different cards are also better for different purposes or whatever. Oh wait, oh, 670. And so there's a big jump here, but there's also a jump in price. So, you know, your mileage may vary. Black hard drives, they are the fastest sort of performance solid, or not solid state, like regular hard drive. So I didn't go solid state for this because, as you know from me telling you about Fraps, you need tons and tons and tons of hard drive space for it. So they're going with like the green or the blue or whatever. Well, the green will be cheaper, but they're not quite as fast and reliable. The black are like super, or they're not less reliable, but they're not as fast. The black are super fast, very, very good. Case doesn't matter. The CPU, I got this one. This is the unlocked one because I was planning on doing some overclocking, but then I ran into some weird timing issues with Fraps and overclocking and different things and audio sync. It was very bizarre, so I didn't end up I removed all the overclocking, so you don't even have to worry about that. Other than that, I'm only running 8 gigs of RAM, which these days is actually not even all that impressive. And if I were to look at doing a computer upgrade anytime soon, it would probably be something like more RAM. And I suppose if their new generation of video card comes out, pick that up. Yeah, not much to talk about. You could do a solid state hard drive for your primary drive with games, which would let the games like load up faster and things, especially if you're playing games that have a lot of load time, and you want to minimize that. Put your games on a solid state hard drive, and then they will burn through those loading screens super, super, super fast. But for recording, I have found that you don't need the speed of an SSD. You do need the space of a conventional hard drive, and frankly, the SSDs have a limited lifespan in terms of read-writes and stuff, and the last thing you want to do is be writing 100 gig video files, you know, every day as you record. That would just be silly. Yeah, so that's that for the hard drive thing. I think that brings us to the conclusion. If you guys have any questions at all about recording, please leave them down below. Make sure to like. And if you want to see more gaming stuff, because you guys might be coming to this channel, you know, as an outsider, but if you like to see video game content, please subscribe, because I think my channel is awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm saying goodbye, because normally I'm saying goodbye to people who are just going to see me tomorrow for gaming videos, but you guys might not. If you like programming, I have a Quill18 Creates channel where I program stuff and make videos about it, so more tutorials. Okay, let's close this. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.